Good morning, guys. This is April. It's July 13th, 2026, about 7:45 in the morning. It's about 75 degrees. It's going to be about 98 today and super hot. So my daughter and I are going to go swimming later, but before that, I'm watering the garden, checking things out, and going to show you my back garden. I don't think I've shown you this. It hasn't been impressive this year. I did have some what did I have? Cabbage and cauliflower that I harvested. I've harvested a few onions, but from this garden, earwigs were eating it like crazy. I hate earwigs. They're horrible. So I need to buy more Sluggo Plus because I've started more seeds. So I'm going to show you what I have going on. So this bed here has 5 Roma tomatoes, and let me zoom in there. They're flowering. Now tomatoes do not like it above like 85 degrees. So what I do to help them set fruit is I come and I will give them a gentle shake in the morning to let the pollen settle down into the part of the flower that needs to be pollinated because they can be self-pollinating. And then I keep the soil as cool as I can. Watered soil can be, from what I read, maybe 10 degrees cooler. Anyway, I also have some borage that is self-seeded right there. I will probably have to pull some of it. And then I have right there a zinnia, which the leaves are coming back. I'm excited about that. I hope that it flowers again. And then where this puddle is, this is full of green beans I planted last Friday or Saturday morning. I can't remember which. So the last set of green beans I planted about 6 weeks ago. The earwigs had a heyday with them, so I had to wait until I tried to kill some of them off before planting. I'll go get more Sluggo Plus today from, well, one of my garden centers and get that out here. I could use Sevin Dust, which is non-organic. I do prefer to keep my garden without any harsh chemicals to save the bees and things like that. And Sevin will kill the bees. And that's a problem I don't want to have. So anyway, Sluggo Plus is good for earwigs. I'll get that out here again before these come up. Next, I have this bed. I'm going to talk about this plant in a little while. It's a weed, but it's also very useful. You'll find I allow some of the weeds in my yard to grow because they are medicinal or useful for me. So this bed is my onion bed. This one is done. Do you see this guy? He fell over. He fell over actually while I was watering. So I don't know if I hit it or if it was just done. So these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will be ready soon. And look at this one, it's kind of funny. Can you see that? There are 2 bulbs connected together. So I don't know if I accidentally intertwined 2 plants together or how that happened, but anyway, that's cool. I do have carrots right here. And then this weed here is called purslane. It is supposed to be a superfood. It's edible. It does hold moisture in the garden really good, so I do kind of keep that, but I don't like the taste, so I don't eat it. If you're going to eat weeds, you should definitely know what you're eating because this is purslane, and some people mistake this for purslane. This is not. This is not safe. See the difference? I don't know if you can see the difference, but there is a difference. But this will make you very sick. Don't eat that. Always ID your plants 100% before you try using them. I do have a zinnia right here. It is this orange color. It's thinking about coming back to life. I did deadhead it the other day. My watermelon is loving these high temperatures, and check this out, guys. Right here. Where is that? It is starting to get a flower. My pumpkin here, since I removed some of the diseased leaves, is actually making a comeback here, and it has another flower. So come on, zinnia, bloom. I need some pollinators over here. I'm actually going to move, I think I'm going to move a borage plant over here too. Some of these seedlings, if they're super small, they'll be okay transplanting. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Let's turn around and come here. This bed has some new seeds in it, so between these bamboo sticks, I have planted bush beans, or not bush beans, bush cucumbers. Where that little white marker is there, that tells me I've planted basil seeds back there. This was my borage bed, self-seeded, volunteers, and you can see borage likes to seed itself like crazy. And I do need to thin it out, but for now I'm keeping it in because it's better than weeds, and it helps keep moisture in the garden during these high temperatures. Right there, can you see my, no, not really. Okay, I pulled a few of the weeds here so you might be able to see. This is my lemon verbena. I have struggled with that plant all season, and I actually deadheaded not deadheaded, I cut off the dead areas and harvested some of the very top leaves to see if it would grow back, and it seems to enjoy it. I also removed a lot of the borage that was over here. I will remove a bunch of this borage here too eventually, but not on camera. So I want to show you this guy. That is an elm tree seedling. Does not belong in my garden. I will show you what an elm tree looks like if you don't know. Hold on. That is an elm tree. These are not in our yard, but they grow massive. They're huge, and they don't belong in my garden. In fact, that's a clump of elm trees back there in the open space area. So I don't want those in my garden beds, and they seed like crazy, so I did pull that. Back to this side, and I want to show you my cantaloupe. There's 2 cantaloupes here, and look at that, I have flowers. I'm so excited about that. I'm gonna have to pull some of this borage, but again, it's helping the plant here retain some moisture during these really hot temperatures. So in a couple of days, I'll come out and thin that. Actually, I'll probably end up transplanting some. Let's come behind me. There's this plant again. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But back here, I do have my hose soaking my volunteer potato plant. That means it came up. I grew potatoes here last year, and it means I left a couple of potatoes in the ground, and they grew. And so I'm watering them. They are not ready to harvest. You can tell because the leaves are still really green. They will die back when they're done. What's interesting is there's flowers on there, and there's flowers back over there. So, oh, and this guy's flowering too. So some of these are not going to be ready for a little bit. I do have some huge onions right here. I have some peppers, and I'm excited because look, I forgot the name of this pepper offhand, but it's got some on there. That's all that matters. Here is my Korean cucumber, and yeah, this is really dry. This onion's looking like it's gonna be ready in a day or two. If you're wondering, this is called cheatgrass. Never knew what that was until I moved to Idaho. This here is my cucumber. It's a Korean cucumber, actually, and that's desperately going to need some water, but it's not dead. Some onions here that are not bulbing up. That's all right. They might. Oh, let's come behind me. I am a bit worried about this tomato plant here. This is called a German Johnson, and I don't know what's happening. I feel like some of these stems have been eaten away. I don't know if it's pest pressure, if it's the heat, because my other tomatoes don't look like this. There is a flower bud, guys. Do you see that? Right there. I'm not sure. These are red onions starting to bulb up a little bit. These were planted later than the white onions in the other bed. We're going to come to this bed and show you that I do have more red onions that are starting to bulb up. If you didn't see my onion video the other day, what I do is, I think they call this spooning, where you take the soil away from the bulb so that the bulb can grow and get bigger. So I need to do that on the rest of them. 2 more Roma tomatoes. This one has, look at that, I have a tomato there, and this one might have one too. I can't remember. I thought I saw one. I need to get a cage on this guy. I don't know why there's not one here. Anyway, more red onions. Right here I have snow peas. I thought these were sugar snap, but they are snow, and so some of these are ready to be harvested. I'm going to start some more of those soon. Over here, I have my verbena. This bed was full of zinnia seeds and none of them came up. So then I tried planting lobelia, basil, and something else, and the bugs decimated it. I mean, I had a living basil plant from the grocery store that I transplanted. I separated into 4 plants, and the next morning the earwigs had eaten it down. I was so not happy. Right here you can see that there was some watering here. These are zinnias. I'm hoping to have zinnias. Really disappointed, guys, because last year this time this bed was full of zinnias and I was cutting them for months, but I just hope to get some anyway. The last 2 beds here are my corn. This plant here, these plants here, and those there that are already showing, I don't know if these are the tassels. These were transplants from the garden center. I'm experimenting, partially because I really wanted corn and only a small part of mine came up. So these are transplants. And then these here are all plants that I grew from seed. So I was very disappointed. I planted 2 packages of seed between this bed and that one back over there, and I did not get all the seed. It was brand new seed packed for this year and it didn't germinate, so I don't know what happened. But I am happy that some of this has come up. So corn has to grow in little sections because it's pollinated, wind pollinated, and so this is doing pretty good. I don't know what this is. I don't know if that's sun scald, but I'll have to look that up. But we'll see. Corn is definitely an experiment. I've tried growing it one time. I did not get ears of corn that time, but I do like it to experiment. And so far the bugs have left this alone. So that's interesting. You can see most of it is knee-high. They say knee-high by 4th of July. It's past 4th of July. This is definitely, that's definitely higher. This is chugging along. And you can see some of these stems are thicker than others. You can see that one there. Let's come over here. Those have fallen down. I'm just going to pull those out, I think, because I don't think they'll produce anything. And then over here is my last corn bed. Some of it's falling. I don't know if it's planted close enough together to get anything, but if I do get anything, I'll be very happy. Corn will produce about 2 ears per stalk. So we'll see what I end up getting. But gardening's about learning, and it's an experiment. So I do have flowers over here. This desperately needs a lot of attention, and it's too hot for me to give it. This tree also needs some trimming. I had our tree guy come and trim our side of these last year because they were shading out my beds. That tree there is actually good. It's keeping that one cool enough. I think that's one reason the tomatoes are doing really well over there. And then over here, I just want to trim out some of those lower ones so I don't hit my head on it. I mean, I'm short, but still I can hit my head on some of those. And it'll be good to have those because I'm going to plant some more cool season things pretty soon. I just finished editing today's garden video and realized I didn't end it properly because I jumped into another subject for another day. And so I thought I'd come out here briefly and show you what I have on my front porch. And so I have these flowers. A friend gave me these cactuses. Now, I'm not really into cactus, but my daughter likes them, so they can live in this pot right here. These are just a few other flowers. I think one might be Bacopa, or they're, oh, April, what are those called? They're not Bacopa, they're violas. And these are doing really well. This is a very shady spot. This one could be Bacopa right here, but I can't remember. These are begonias. And this is geranium that I need to trim. This is a fuchsia. More begonias. 2 stock plants. Look at this one here. They smell really good. And this is a, what's that called? Hellebore. It did not flower this year, so I don't know if I need to get that in the ground or what I need to do with it. But my husband and daughter and I went to Lowe's today, and let me show you the 2 new plants that I got. I always like to visit the cart of death when I go to Lowe's, and that, if you don't know, is the clearance section Every year they have that in the plant section. So I rescued these two plants. This one is definitely my favorite. This is an upright phlox. It smells beautiful. It is a perennial, meaning it will come back again. And then this here is just Rudbeckia, or oh, I can't think of the common name. But anyway, if I can find a picture and can figure out how to edit it into the video, I will show you. But these were originally $9 and I got them for $4 each. So I'm very happy with these. Any plants I'm putting in the garden, especially from Lowe's or any other garden center, I really try to get perennials because you get more bang for your buck because they should keep living. These guys are going to live in my side garden and I've got to figure out where to put them. Anyway, this is my front porch and back garden tour, and I hope you've enjoyed it and have a great day. Bye.